Yo, what is going on, UFC Strike fans and NFT collectors? Just have a quick video for you guys here today. I woke up this morning and didn't really plan on making this, but after I seen how the market was and kind of had this idea, so I thought I'd put it out now because I thought it's maybe, if people are completely izzy, it's probably a good time for them to buy. So I wanted to show you guys how I use Evaluate Market and the UFC Strike marketplace to kind of make purchasing decisions. So, first off, you're just going to go to Evaluate Market. You'll see these three here. Boom. I'm just going to click UFC Strike. So obviously when you come here, you can, go through all the moments and things like that. But what I'm going to do is I usually go to activity. Boom. So once I'm in activity here, I like to look at a few things. One of the big things I like to look at is the percentage change in the last 24 hours, right? Just to see where the market is and to see what's up, see what's down. So I usually set that to like this. So which ones have seen the biggest changes? And then I'll kind of, I'll usually have a few moments in mind I like based on, what's coming up in the UFC and stuff like that. So I'll kind of look. So Rakic, you see Tuivasa's down a fair bit, Gaethje, Ngannou, the whole market is kind of down right now too. So I'll usually look at that. And what I also like to look at is the volume change too while I'm looking at this. So, has there been an increase of volume on the market, a decrease, what's kind of happening? So, here's a cool trend, Marino down, but at the same time, the volume's down. So, I'll usually go through things like this and kind of, find the gauge with that. And what I also like to do is just to go on the UFC Strike marketplace here. And if we just simply click refresh there, so I like to go through and kind of look at the number available on the market. I think usually sometimes you can pick some things up, what people are kind of buying, what people are kind of holding. Sometimes less is more with this kind of stuff here. So, I'll talk about a few moments and I'll pull their pages up and kind of what I look for. So, I'm going to look at Yuri right here, boom, there's Yuri. 674 on the market. I've watched Yuri's price a fair bit over the last few days, and, I really like where Yuri's at, and especially compared to, he's the same price as Paddy right now, and, I think the two fighters are on. Yuri's a much better fighter, but, what we've seen so far, that doesn't really matter on this platform yet, so I'm going to go up here, boom, then I'll just search up Yuri. Boom, pull up his page. So now there's a few things I usually like to look for here, So you can scroll through here. These numbers are kind of cool just to, keep an eye on total remaining in circulation, how many are owned, how many owners are unique, and things like that. I don't really pay too much attention to these two parts here. I like to look at this. So I like to look at, the transactions over time to see, how Yuri is trading, is there high demand? Is there, is no one really buying Yuri right now and things like that? It looks like kind of the market's kind of, come down a lot here on the demand for Yuri. So that's something I always like to look out for too. But like I said, I think the marketplace is down right now because the NFL announced a big drop and things like that. What I also like to come down here and look for too is, I'll talk about this little section here in a second. Boom. So I usually like to come through here and just look at who's, is there anything like I see during this place that makes me feel, off or, not like them as much. But, Yuri is actually being held like a fair bit. But, when you see people, sometimes when you see people like this, especially where the market is right now with the Izzy challenge and stuff like that, this is probably pretty, up there, but it's nothing too crazy for where the market's at. So I usually look at this, and then I like to just, like I said, look through this to make sure there's no one that's really like you can view like a sales history and stuff like that to see who's kind of buying and that kind of stuff to make sure there's no real repeat buyers or anything too crazy. So that's what I'll look at for this, and I'll take a look at one more. I'll look at Paddy because he's kind of in the same. I think that's how you spell it. The same price range right now. See, 26 as well, right? So you can look at unique owners, total remaining. Same kind of thing. Scroll down here, boom. So we can look at Paddy. So Paddy's trading at, a pretty similar rate to what Yuri was at, I think. If we go back and look here. Bam. So 267, 308, and what was Paddy at? Pretty similar. Yeah, 252 and 317. So he's even trading a bit more than Yuri. So keep scrolling down here. You know, I'll come down here and look. So even Paddy, you know, you can see he's being held a lot less, you know. So, you know, make of that what you will. Sometimes, you know, if you're buying for this challenge, maybe it's better to buy, you know, if guys are kind of gridlocked and stuff like that, they can't sell. So you're not too worried about the price crashing again. Boom, same thing. I'll usually like to come, look here, you know, just see, be curious, see what things are selling for, you know, take my time and kind of look through, right? And lastly, I think the last thing you have to kind of do when you look at purchasing decisions like this is kind of look at, you know, what's coming up for a fighter, you know, are they fighting for titles? Are they fighting, you know, when's their next fight? Do they fight soon? Is that influencing price and stuff like that? Paddy might be getting some hype because I think he fights mid-March too, so you know, just cool things like this. I just wanted to show you guys kind of what I do and what I look on Evaluate Market, so you guys can make your own purchasing decisions. So, you know, I hope this video helped people. I know there's some people who are new to using Evaluate Market. I've used it a bit since I started off with NBA Top Shot. So, you know, that's the case. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions you may have, feel free to shoot them my way. Peace.